5.8. 6.4. 5.8 to a 6.4. That should be easy. Or inner cards need to be between. So, okay. I was gonna say, is there a new glam? And I just haven't seen it yet.
That's a PvP set, right? Yeah, Elite Alien.
That's close. Should be decently close. We can adjust them if need be. All right. I appreciate that. It's very on theme. He's even got the bow.
That's the Manderville bow, I think. Sage. Yep.
It's one of the Manderville weapons, yeah.
Nice.
Maybe. All the color stuff is the same, so all the color markers are the same as everything else. So yeah, we'll just kind of pull this and just kind of fire away as we go. Obviously, I posted a bunch of stuff out of the paste bin, so you don't have to click into the paste bin anymore. But yeah, so that's the plan. So we'll just give it a pull. Pop your food, pop your other stuff, and we'll just work through things as we go. But yeah, your colors should be all the same. And yeah.
I have one question.
What's up?
On the very first thing in the paste bin, Wind/Stonefang,
Yes.
it says Windfang or both things. So which one is what?
So there's two possibilities that can happen on that mechanic. Windfang is always an in and it's always a pair, but he's either going to summon the little cannon things, and they're either going to be shooting all the cardinals or all the inner cardinals.
Yeah, I get that. It's just in the Google Doc, he named them the same thing. So
yes, it's confusing. So if he casts Windfang, it's always in pairs. If he casts Stonefang, it's always out and spread.
Wind has the word in, so go in.
Yeah, you can go with that. Whatever you need to remember. If it's wind, you always go, like, wind is always a donut plus a pair. Stone is always an out plus a spread. And then you use your colors for that. So, okay. If there's no other questions, we can start rolling.
Got it.
Let's begin, shall we?
I'm just gonna spread this out.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Start with the raid wide. Then you'll find your colors. And I believe he should recenter himself. So. Out on the inner cards. Out on the inner cards. Alright, he's gonna summon his homies.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Okay. And this is eminent, so you'll run to him.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
On the side. No, I ran. Okay, all good. So yeah, if it's out, remember, you'll always go to your spots. So out will always be to your spots, and then you will be flanking the sides of the marker, with the supports always basically on whatever marker you're on. The supports would always be clockwise of it, the DPS would always be counterclockwise, or looking in supports left, DPS right.
Is it always outspread or can it be outstack?
It will always be, if it's out, it is always outspread.
Okay.
It's always outspread, and if it's in, it's always in pairs. Yeah, she's on her jump today, so. It's alright. Oh god, if she was trying to be clicking on a mouse pad, that would be the most miserable thing. Are you good, or? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, alright, let's do it.
Oh no, did your PC die?
And she's got someone coming out to look at it
Oh,
tomorrow. That's why she's not talking, because she's on her laptop, so she doesn't have the ability to really say anything. But
Gotcha.
her PC's been making noise for a few days, so I think someone's going out there to look at it tomorrow.
alright, kinda.
Okay. But yeah, so. No, Jim.
Let's begin, shall we?
Get your room.
Cabinet's
Mine's
under
bigger,
defeat
so it's gonna
from his own
override.
lair.
Just accept it. You can actually shield that one. I will shield the spread thing. Sure. I'll throw a shield after this hit, normally. Right. Watch for the thing. It's gonna be out on the Cardinals. Out on the Cardinals.
There! I wonder if you can
Got
keep
Dante.
up.
I'm gonna run to him after.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
That's wider than I was expecting. And then it would be light parties. Or sorry, 3-person light parties plus tanks getting hit.
Oh dear, the tempo's fallen out of the ring.
I think it's
the,
Admiral related. Because I didn't get hit.
Is what wait, what? I think the first one is, and yes, you can, if he hits you with something, you can fly out of this ring. As evidenced by exhibit. You 100% can jump out of this arena. So, yeah. So, to answer your question, I believe the one is targeted at the top in enmity. I don't know where the other one goes, but you guys probably want to make sure you're one too. Just
And I'm assuming his move spot is true north.
You're saying
Why is
from
everyone
light party
dead?
stack? Oh, because they were talking about you can just jump off. Yeah. They were like, wait,
I was
you can
looking
jump
at
off, and I was
Facebook.
like, yeah, you can. So to answer your question, as we are running to where he's going, Group 1 will be on the left, Group 2 will be on the right. If it's that in. So, like, Group 1 should always be left.
And are the tanks on the
Pretty
inside or the outside?
The tanks for, if we're running to him, so say he AC and Leon would be over by 3 in this case, the other DPS would be with Jin over at 4, and then the tanks would be spreading around that C. And if he was coming at us,
Question then.
yes.
Are you talking about revolutionary or?
I'm talking
Eminent.
about Eminent. If he
Okay.
jumps to, if he, like, say he sent the clone to A, jumped to A, and then he jumped to C.
So
If he
he's at-
jumped to C, we're heading towards the wall, looking at the wall he's going to.
Okay,
Group
okay,
1
gotcha.
is left. Yep.
Yep.
And if it's revolutionary, it's the same deal. We'll come to C, and then looking at the wall at A, because that's where he's jumping to, Group 1 is left, Group 2 is right. And then the tanks are on the outside. So the tanks would be more over here and over by, like, 3.
So, and also, this might be the tank question that Dante posed. According to the thing, the tanks stand between the 2 lines of the donut, boss donut. So that you guys get cleaved. It says
Oh, gotcha.
tanks stand on the gaps of the hitbox.
You're talking for, let me just make sure.
Eminent Rain.
Eminent? Yes. Well, so they should be inside, yeah. Let me sure I'm seeing this. Where'd it go? Dang it. Yeah, so the tanks need to make sure that that's where they're standing. Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Alright. Well, yeah, just keep rapid firing them off.
Kind of.
Not gonna overwrite your shield this time. It's gonna be great.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own
Positive,
lair?
this arena's so small, I don't need to worry about where I throw sacred soil. It covers everything. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but
Like we all have satellite cam.
right? I can see the entire space station up in the corner right now. In on the Cardinals. In on the Cardinals. In on the Cardinals with your buddy. Alright. Watch for the clones.
I wonder if you can keep up.
It's going to be run to him after, so dodge the little projections, pop your sprints,
Such speed, it
Come
is
to
as
see.
if there's a pack of him.
and get to your spots around him. It's okay. Raid wide. Alright. I'll get Jin, and then I'll get Ruby. Okay, so this one,
With
Group 1 will be
Fenrir's
north,
might,
Group 2 will be
I
south.
rouse the storm.
Remember, you're knockbacking
The
this
wind
first one.
answers my call.
So knock back this. The spreads are out, obviously, or where they need to be. Hell no.
The
Supposed to
challenger's
knock back
down.
that.
Is this the end?
Okay, but we can go over that one. Because that's our next big mechanic. So, Millennial Decay, I do have a, like I said, I posted basically all the strats that are running through PF currently. In there, they're all part of that pace bin. So that'll be kind of what we will,
Yeah, is that head relative?
no. So the way that mechanic is going to be done is if you look at the second toolbox thing, basically group 1 will be north. So, and effectively the way that's going to look, that's okay, Macy, listen and I'll explain it. So if we were using this as relative spot, I'm going to be standing up by 1. Leon will be up by 2, and that is a static spot. So I'll be at 2, Ruby will be at 3, Jin will be at 4. And then inside of us, like inside in the same spot, so like right in front of Jin. Yeah, just can I explain and then we'll go from there. So Jin will be here, and then Belle, you would be in front of Ruby. So basically, the melees will always be in front of their tank or in front of their healers, and the tanks will always be in front of the range. And everybody is positioned where all the healers and the melee are on the west half of the room, with Group 1 north, Group 2 south, and on the east half of the room is the tanks and the range, same deal. The heads always spawn at either A or C. So what's going to happen there is he's going to telegraph his first knockback, and everybody needs to use knockback immune. We're just ignoring that mechanic entirely. Everyone pops it, and one of the groups will get tagged with spreads, but everyone should be spread out enough that it doesn't matter. And you guys are positioned in such a way, I see someone moving C, I appreciate you. So basically, you know, the dragon head from A or C is going to shoot, and then they're going to be going clockwise or counterclockwise. Basically what's going to happen is as soon as that spread goes off from the first group, you're going to start rotating. Whatever direction it was knocking, whatever direction they're shooting. So if they're going clockwise or counterclockwise, you'll start rotating with the melees and the tanks staying in that spot around the boss, keeping your spread around the boss normally, and the range basically doing the same thing on the outside. That will keep us all perfectly separated and keep two spreads on each side. We'll keep spinning. After that part happens, 4 people are going to get tagged by the dragon heads that are always on the cardinals. Basically, step into the center of the room. And once you've stepped into the center of the room, make sure you ride your knockback to go completely opposite of whatever dragon head or wolf head you're hooked to. So if you're hooked to the one at C, make sure you get knocked towards A. You know, if you're hooked to the one at D, make sure you get knocked towards B. The other 4 people, if you've done any Suzaku Extreme, this will be very familiar. You're taking the knockback from the inner cardinal center onto your color. So Macy and I are purple, same, you know, your same colors you've been using for everything. So like Leon and Dante, one of you will get knocked back to 1, the other one of you will be opposite your dragon head. Ow, son of a bitch. It will always be inner cardinal. Yes. Just banged my elbow on the stupid printer. And then we'll go to the... yes, you can ask about the first part. That was fun. Okay, you will, at the start of that mechanic, when the dragon heads spawn, stand at the 1 marker on the stand at the 1 marker, not in line with the cardinal that's getting blasted, and you're just gonna be right there. You would be just static at 1, yes.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Unless you would just be static at... Cat would be static at 4.
Not like on 4, but in front of 4. For the melees.
Yes, the melees are on the west.
And you're rotating with the dragon.
Because it's the way that it's the way PF's running that. Is they're just running all group 1 north, all group 2 south. If it's really an issue, I was gonna say, does someone have actual markers they were able to post in? Because I see my 3 moved. Yeah, no, I understand. Yeah, it's just a pre-spread.
And this is essentially static, or this is static.
Correct. This is a static mechanic. It is a static mechanic. Everyone in group 1 is north, everyone in group 2 is south. And it does that so that we only have 2 spreads sitting on, sitting there. If it is an issue that we wanted to attempt to solve, we can always adjust. I don't know why you're saying it. Yeah, you just go to 1. If we wanted to try to get cheeky with it, we could do something where we stick group 1 west and group 2 east, and then Cat would always go to 3, Elle would always go to 2, Jin would always go to 3, Ruby'd always go to 2, and we could just use our colors. If people would prefer that, it would give the melees their positionals. No, I'm not saying you're arguing, I'm asking a question. Would that be better for people if we just use our
I would
colors?
prefer if we did PF strat.
Okay. As far as I know, this is what PF's doing. Okay. Then,
It's just
you can
easier if
stick with
we
that then.
need a sob or something in the future. It's
No,
just
that's a
plug and
fair
play,
point.
you know?
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let's just keep going then. All good. But yes, so yes, those spots I mentioned, those will be your static spots. But we'll just keep running it. Alright. Let's do it. We'll just rapid fire these.
Gonna.
Like I said, I'm just trying to explain these things because I know you're not able to open those toolboxes, so.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Alright. Ready to go to your quadrant. In pairs on the inner cards. In pairs numbers.
There!
Dodge the little
I
homies that
wonder
are
if
going
you
to show
can
up.
keep up.
And it's going to be run to him after. That expedient.
Speed, it's as if there's a pack
He's jumping to 1. I will grab Ruby after we tell
Oh
this.
dear, the challenger's fallen out of the wing.
Okay, so you'll go to your spot.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
So remember the ranger all the way on the wall. Yeah, we just need to hit that harder.
Yeah.
The
That's
wind
it.
answers my call.
Knock back. Knock back, and we're going to be going counterclockwise.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
The
Yes.
opposite of the tether.
Yep,
Even if you
shield knock back. Opposite of your tether.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
No, you want to be, so the cleave will always be going down the AC line. Your goal is to be, for lack of a better term, as close to that line that's going to go off as possible. And what should be happening in a perfect world, is so what I want to say is, we started our spots, right? Yeah, I can explain. So if you're at your spot, say Jin is standing at 4, one of two things is going to happen if everyone is alive. Either Jin is going to get a marker, or Cat is going to get a marker. If Cat gets a marker, Jin head towards D or B. And I'll head towards D or B, and then the melees stay there. Because it should get mirrored on the other side with the range, and then the tanks would shift towards B. If you do not get marked, shift towards D or B. Because they will always be safe, and you don't want to get hit by the people that are doing their thing. I forgot to mention that one piece. So one person in each corner is going to get marked. Yeah, we got marked because I didn't get marked the DPS and Ruby was dead. So it marked me as well. Yeah. So it's all role-based. So if you don't get marked, just get out of the way of it. And just know that if you're not the spread the first time, as we're rotating clockwise or counterclockwise, the spread will be happening again. So just be aware of that. And yes, it is very fast. Okay. Alrighty. Just run it out.
It was just real edge.
Yeah. Yeah. It hurt. This guy hurt.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Okay. So, out, spread on the inner card, numbers.
There!
Alright, dodges things.
I wonder if you can keep up.
We're gonna be out, so go away or go wherever he jumps first, basically.
Some speed, it's as if there's a pack of
And
him.
looking at him,
Oh,
do your pairs. Hello.
maybe I should read the cast.
Oh dear, the
My favorite part of that was, I heard you say, oh, and I just saw your body go flying past us and we got going.
I was wondering when we were going to get that one.
So was I. It was bound to happen eventually. So I'm just gonna call that one as outer in. Okay, but yeah, so I'll just call that one as outer in going forward. And we'll be good to go. So if I call out, just make sure you're running towards where he jumps at the start. If I call in, run wherever he's going to be jumping.
Alright, good.
Right. Yep. No, we're doing good. Just keep it up. We're getting there. This
Let's
fight is
begin,
very
shall we?
fast-paced, but the first phase is only 6 minutes. So,
Well, that's really short.
challenger defeat the wolf.
yeah,
in his
so
own
it's got
lair.
two subsequent phases. Each are 6 minutes, broken up by like a 1 minute cut. So, Yeah, so it's pretty short. Like, in terms of everything else they've done, it's pretty short. In on the Cardinals, in on letters, stacking with your buddies.
Everybody loves Windfang.
I love Wind
His
Fang.
crew.
I wonder if you can
All
keep
the
up.
homies love Windfang. You're gonna run to him wherever he's dashing to, so it's an in. In and in, head towards 2.
There's a pack of him.
Yeah, and you guys don't want to be stacked. Oh god, who's he autoing? Oh god.
Oh,
Stop running, Viper.
With
Take,
Fenrir's
accept your
might,
fate. I'll top this
I
up, it's gonna
rouse
hurt.
the storm.
Alright,
The wind answers my call.
knockbacks. We're gonna be going clockwise.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Alright. Opposite your dragon head if you have one. Otherwise, into the tower.
Heaven's Fall.
Stack in the middle. It really is. Oh god, a
Challenger's
bleed.
down.
This is not what we need right now. And that's obviously a stacking hit. We want a ton of mid on that. So we want to make sure we have a reprisal for it. We want to make sure we have a feint. We want to make sure we have an addle on it.
I can
And
reprisal
then
that.
Jin, we can piece up, obviously, Carachol, Soil. It is
Saving
literally Heaven's
for
Fall.
that too.
Hey, Bill, you want to do looking at the boss when you dash in left, right?
Sure. I'll do that. I got turned around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it'll take a little bit of getting used to, I'm sure.
Yeah, I look in right, and then I'll just, yeah.
Look in? Or
When we're looking at him, I'll dash to the right.
Okay. Alright.
And then I'll reprisal the whatchamacalls at the fucking stack.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know which those are.
The stack is the thing at the end of the...
We just died to it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
one, okay.
It's a like 6-hit stack.
Alright. Kinda.
And then we get to go play with the Yojimbo towers.
Is that 90 seconds into the fight?
Let's begin, shall
About,
we?
I think.
Because
I
I
think
addle
it is.
this it, but I'll save addle if I can't make it.
Like I said, I'll have to find a timeline, but I think so.
I'll figure it out as soon as we get back there.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you're able to detect it, if not, this raid wide shouldn't be an issue for us, and if we have to hold it, we can. Out, inner card, out by the numbers.
There.
Right.
I wonder if you can keep up.
We're gonna run to wherever he's jumping to, so let him jump and then follow him in.
Such speed, it's as if there's a
Head
pack
towards
of
2.
him.
Hell yeah.
Right. Make sure we're top. Bad things are coming.
I don't know why I reprised that again.
And then find your quadrant.
It should be back up by
With
time.
Fenrir's might.
Yes,
I
it should be.
rouse
Because
the
this
storm.
is about a minute in.
Yeah, because I can
Or a
reprise
little-
this. So, you're fine.
Right?
The wind answers my call.
Knockbacks. Right, we're gonna be going counter. I just didn't
Oh
decide.
no, that was too much for the challenger.
Knockback obviously with dragon heads.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
And those guys will always, or those guys I believe, looking at it, yeah, I see that. Yes. I see that now. The toolbox said they're always on Cardinals, but that is apparently not an accurate statement. But same difference. You'll use your colors. So, it's the same color logic there. So, like, Macy and I'll use purple, you know, it's same normal colors. Yes. Yes, you do. Okay. Alright, let's
Kinda.
do it.
I guess one thing I noticed on that time, because it was counterclockwise, if you're the person in front, you gotta make sure you're moving.
Yeah, you gotta haul ass.
Let's
That's
begin,
what
shall
killed
we?
me. Was
Yeah.
I was the person in yeah, because you and I were in the same spot. You gotta freaking book it. I got blasted like the second I was like, yeah, that was fast. That was very quick. That was just spicy. Okay. Inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Alright, it's gonna be an in.
Such speed, it's as if
Going
it's a
towards
crack
one.
of it.
Oh god. Jin, don't die. Stop it. You lived with 20 HP, you're coming for my record.
I saw it.
With Fenrir's
It's my
might,
record, Jin, you're not allowed to
I
have
rouse
it.
a storm.
Okay, so.
The wind answers my
This
call.
knockbacks. Hello. Start rotating. Keep rotating. Right, knock back opposite your thing. Towers are on inner cards. Make sure you get behind the little dragon head. Stack mid.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Throw all the mid we have. Jesus.
That hurts.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Oh no,
Jesus
that was
Christ.
too much
Oh
for
my
the
God.
challenger.
So I can't throw reprisal at that one thing. It's not up for another 15 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
So I'll have to just
Okay.
hold it on that one thing, and I can, or on that second raid wide, and I'll just use it on that.
Okay.
yeah, no kidding. Okay.
I can add on the
So,
first,
yeah.
and then it's up for that.
Okay.
Was
perfect.
that magic damage?
It should be, yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. I would say for safety purposes, we definitely want to make sure we save dang near everything we can. Everything else we can live. So I would say, yeah, thank you, Google Doc. You're not wrong. That does hurt. So yeah, make sure we have a rep and a feint on it. Make sure we have an addle on it. We want to save. What this says to do is make sure we have a rep, a feint, an addle. We want to make sure we save our Fizz range mitt, so save Troubadour for it. Expedient and Hollow, we'll want both of those. Soil and Carrichol, one of either Heartolite or Missionary, and we're just kind of going to have to truck the heals there.
When you're using Dark Missionary,
Yeah,
I can use it there. Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter? Okay. Then I'll use my Heart of Light on that one we don't reprisal.
Okay, that works.
awesome.
Okay.
And it says the 15-second mitts should be used at the M in the cast bar of Tracking Tremors.
Oh, wow.
On the end. Yeah.
And the M of Tracking Tremors. Yep.
Alright.
Alright. Alrighty. Let's do it.
After that, that's the first 2 minutes of this phase, which seems really easy.
It's
actually.
the first third of the fight. Yeah, it's decently quick. Okay.
We'll let them talk it
Yeah.
out.
Yep. For sure. We're working through it. But yeah, I mean, I think we saw like 80% on that, so pretty close. So it's definitely a quick, it's a quick phase one. Like the toolbox I linked, we're literally on slide 9, right? Or sorry, slide 10 of 22, though. Yep.
Hey, M6 song is good.
Yeah, honestly, I'm already tired of this song.
Okay, I kind of like this song. It's not
It
great.
doesn't go hard though. It's just too chill.
No, it doesn't go hard, but I appreciate it. I'll say that.
The phase 2 of this fight, that
Goes hard.
Slaps.
Yeah. Okay. Assuming we're good, then we'll just keep her rolling.
Get out.
But we're getting there.
Let's begin, shall we?
The game's mean and it doesn't let you do a mid-fight wardrobe
Can
change.
the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Because that would have been epic. In Cardinal. In on the Cardinal.
There!
Remember all the reflections when they jump do
wonder if
damage,
you
so
can
don't be in
keep
front of
up.
any of them. And it'll be an in.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
Alright, coming to C. We had too many friends with us. Ow.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Okay. Alright,
Yeah.
just keep firing away.
This song is like
Let's
a
begin, shall we?
early 2000s anime opener.
Yeah.
Can the
Very
challenger defeat
much
the
so.
wolf in his own lair?
The throwback to Setzer. It's an Evangelion opener. That was the weirdest take. That was a moment. Okay.
It's a Gundam theme, yeah.
In inner card. In inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Screen dodge the homies. You're gonna be out. Out.
Speed, it's as
Go
if there's
wherever
a
he
pack
jumps.
of him.
And get with your groups.
Well, let me watch that.
Down! Is this the end?
Yeah, I believe when it's the out for you guys, at least for the tank's purposes, the out is very big. So if he was say at A, you're gonna have to be like right here, dang near on the wall. You guys need to be backed by like 4 and 3. You basically need to be the inner cards on the opposite of the room, but just inside of them. And then, like, the support stacks need to be in between these markers. So, like, here, and then Jin would be where, like, Macy was. And yes. Yep. Which, I guess, to use, because the room's so small, it's kind of easy to see. It's going to be, like, in between these two markers, basically.
Alright.
Alright. Let's keep
Yeah.
running it. We'll get it.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Okay. In Cardinal. In Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
out.
Speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
Get away from this thing. And get to your
Oh
spot.
shit.
Hi. I appreciate watching it because you just hear "oh shit" and then your body just comes flying at us as fast as possible.
Wrong side, Dante. I
Yeah.
saw you there and I was like, I can't do anything about this.
Okay.
Cut out. We got about the dash.
Yeah, that one is definitely
Let's begin, shall we?
a rough one. How fast it is.
Why does this guy sound like he's voiced by Matt Mercer?
In his own lair.
But, no, I was gonna say he might be, but he probably isn't. But he does kind of sound like him. In inner card. In inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out.
Such speed, it's
Out.
as if there's a pack of him.
If I pop this, I can sprint fast enough to not touch the death wall. You were alone because Jin was on
With
our side,
Fenrir's might,
and I don't know where
I
we were.
rouse the
but-
storm.
I was dead trying
That's
to
why
get to
you-
my side.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why you were alone.
And the non-tank cleaves are always on healers. So I probably blasted this one group twice.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's all good.
There's
It's
not a
all
way
good.
to figure out where his first jump goes to, right?
No, it's just one of the three. So you have to like
Let's begin,
be
shall we?
kind of chilling, sort of near mid, but not mid, if that makes
Can the
sense.
challenger defeat the wolf?
So that
in
you
his own
can,
lair?
you know, get where you need to get to fast enough. But that one you kind of just have to play out. As far as I've seen, there's not a tell for where he's jumping. Keep an eye out for it, but in Cardinal.
There!
There we go. It's alright.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Dodge the homies. It's gonna be an in.
Such speed, it's as
And
if
it
there's a pack of
might
him.
be where he's looking. Can't tell. Looked like he was looking at that one in particular. Ow.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
It'll take a few more
With
calls. It
Fenrir's
still
might,
might be
I rouse a
random,
storm.
but as far as I know, where he jumps is not
Okay,
where-
let's
Actually,
switch
for
it
the-
up.
Can we make sure? Can we cement the stack point when it's in on the his arrow on his side?
It's probably a good idea. Make sure we just position right on his flank line, or not his flank line.
Yeah,
his
right on his-
targeting arrow.
Yeah,
Yeah, his targeting arrows. Yep.
and then boss or tanks will be by the flank line.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's a
Um,
decent idea.
Though I think you might want to reprisal that, and then I'll reprisal the stack.
The extra planar one?
Yeah.
Or the okay.
Okay.
Or right after the rolls or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
I can do that.
because since it's not magic, it's gonna hurt a lot.
Yep, I can do that, and then I'm still Dark Missionarying the stack.
Yeah, and then I'll reprisal that one.
Okay, that works.
All right, kind of.
Cat has a question.
Basically, south on res. It should be the tanks
Yeah, it's still the same.
because they're
grouping
still
as
the same
close.
logic.
No, so what I'm saying is the tanks bait. Then there's like cleaves that go directly south, and then there's a gap, and then there's cleaves that go to the left and right. Like we take 2 steps into the cleave, into the center AoE, right? The line to be clear and in the safe spot. It's like a little safe triangle. What is causing that? My point being is that if Ruby finds himself having to cross sides, could he not just not do that and go into the other safe side? Or would that cause
I don't think there's a safe side.
Fine.
There shouldn't be a huge,
There's 2 safe sides.
I see what he's saying. You're saying on the far one, there shouldn't necessarily be a safe spot.
Oh, he does the fucking line AoE that goes through, A.
Right.
We have 2 groups here and here, right? And then they need to move slightly inwards after the cleave goes off. And these are 2 safe cones. So if Ruby is like caught out, and he's on this side, why doesn't he just do here then? Who cares?
That might kill you and Jin though.
It might kill you and Jin.
What is there? What do I get hit by?
The cones. The cones are hitting. There's a cone that's hitting both the tanks with the tank buster, and each healer's getting hit with a light party stack. So we each need 2 DPS with it.
Oh.
It's just like when we're close. Same mechanic, but we just can't be close.
Oh, so when Jin was over here, you guys got doubled up. So what happened?
Exactly.
Okay.
That's why you lived, is because Ruby wasn't with you, but even if he was, it wouldn't have mattered. When Jin was running out, it blasted both of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Nope, my bad. All right.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Nope. It was a good question. That's a death ball.
Uh-oh.
Right. Just get him up.
I love how we can knee ourselves off this.
But yes, so every reign always has, whether it's eminent or revolutionary, always has the 2 healer stacks plus the tank busters. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
got it.
Just keep rolling then. No, good questions. Good questions.
Let's
Yeah,
begin,
it's
shall
just
we?
gonna take some practice is all.
Can the challenge
Just take some
defeat the wolf
practice to make
in
sure
his
we're
own
getting
lair?
into the right spots. Same as anything else.
I just need Smudge back.
I don't think this arena's big enough for smudge. You might smudge yourself off a cliff
That's kind of true.
in inner card. The room ain't that big. Right?
I wonder if you can keep up.
It's gonna be an inn.
Such speed is
Not
in
where
one
he's
pack
facing.
of him.
Good to know.
He turned to me and killed me.
Well, remember, all the projections also are
The challenge is
dangerous.
down. Is this the end?
So you don't want to be near any of them.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I was
Bell.
looking at him, not where I was
sir.
standing.
For out, instead of just always going left and right, I think if I stand at 1, you stand at 3, we'll always be on opposite sides of each other, so we could just take that side when he jumps to a corner.
Yeah, you can do that.
Do you guys want to do the through thing then? Which might be the most rational way to do it. One of you takes red, purple. One of you takes blue, yellow. Because he's not always going to be at the same spot. So if you guys were at 1-3 and he jumped to 1, say he jumped to 1 and then was doing the out from 1, 1-3 is not going to work. You'd have to have a way to rotate it. But you know what I mean? The solution to it could just be doing what we did through for
Yeah, I
Fake
mean-
Breaker.
Since you guys are baiting inwards, you guys have plenty of time just for a take out.
Right. I'm more saying for you and Bell, so you don't end up rotating a weird way if you're on opposite sides of the room, if that makes sense. Was more my thought.
Let's try this first, see what happens.
Okay. Sounds good.
Alright,
Alright, let's
can
do
I?
it.
Just take your side that's closer.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Out. Inner cards. Out. Inner cards. Alright. Should do it through a shield here as we're running away from Homeboy doing his thing. It's gonna be an in.
Yeah, I'm storing hollows.
In, we're gonna go to 2. To 2. Alright.
That does work pretty well.
Oh, nice. Okay, find your clock spots.
This arena's so small, it doesn't matter where I put my wind circle.
I rouse the
You hit
storm.
everything with the wind circle. Alright.
The wind answers my call.
Knockback. Knockback. And it is moving counterclockwise. So start moving. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Once you're past AC, you're fine. Alright, they're on the inner cards. So knock back to towers on the Cardinals.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
So many bleeds. Yeah, so one thing I'll mention about that rotation, just to keep in mind, obviously because it always starts at AC, once you are past the AC marker, like once you've hit AC in your rotation, obviously you want to keep rotating, but that's kind of your stop point. So like if you're, say you're Cat, you're back here at 3, obviously you want to keep rotating, or I guess, let me rephrase this. Whoever's like rotating across their half, so like if you're me and you're up at 1, if we're rotating this way, once I pass 4 and I get to here, everybody else should have been stopped moving because Cat would be opposite of me at 3, give or take. And so once Cat makes his way to A in that case, everything else should have already gone off, basically, because you've already shifted away from all the blasts. So A and C kind of become your new safe home once you've done it. Just something to keep in mind. But, okay, let's keep rolling.
Got it.
I think I might have to turn my own animations off for this fight.
Just because Titan's the size of the arena.
Let's begin, shall we?
I think if you make summons extra large size, you won't be able to see anything because Titan's bigger than the boss.
No, it's not the size of the summon. It's the animations when you summon that it's flash banging me. I can't see the line.
I follow. That's fair. Out, Cardinal. Out, Cardinal.
There. I wonder if you can keep up.
Alright, it's gonna be out. Out. I see he's jumping to A. Yeah. All my friends were gone.
Yeah, I think that works.
Yeah, it works enough for me.
Well, I saw you dash to the boss, and I saw Leon over there, and I'm like, well, I'm in danger.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse the storm.
I felt like that All of My Friends Are Dead dinosaur book. I'm just like, nope, this ain't gonna go good. Okay.
Alright,
Usually it's me and Dante just, dashing in blindly.
It's alright. Doing the this sign can't stop me because I can't read thing.
Let's begin,
Pretty
shall
much.
we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Okay. In, inner card. In, inner card.
There. I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Go wherever he jumps to first. Right, head towards A. Interesting. Well,
You just wipe it.
Yeah.
With Fenrir's might,
I was looking at it going, I don't
rouse
think I'm
the
gonna be able to get
storm.
this many people up in that amount of time. That's alright though.
Red Mage Ruby.
The
Ruby
wind
was dead.
answers my call.
He got blasted, I think, by your tank fleet.
I think so too.
I died to Rain's End for 14 million damage.
Come on, you can admit that, Jin.
I
Yeah,
feel
come
like
on.
you really needed that was the problem. Okay, alright, let's do it.
Kinda.
Yeah, ideally if we can get 1 or 2 people up, it's not so bad. That case was rough because half the party was dead. So,
I lost track of Dante, so I didn't see which side he was
Let's
on.
begin, shall we?
Yeah, I was on the wrong side, so that was my fault.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own
okay.
lair?
Yes, we're getting there. We are getting there. There's enough variety that's going to take a little bit of practice. Okay, in. Cardinal. In on the Cardinals. Get your letters.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Okay, this is an in. Opposite of where he jumps.
Speed
Towards
is
A.
there's a pack of him.
You get to your spots.
With
Raid wide.
Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Get to your spots.
God, that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
The wind answers my call.
Knockback. Knockback, and it is going counter. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Knockbacks. Heads are on the Cardinals. Back to inner cards.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
Yeah, so remember, your spread will... that's okay. That's all good. We're working through it. We are working through it. Let's keep rolling. Just like anything, it just takes practice.
I feel like for the range, when we're running around the room, we can just run.
Let's
and don't
begin, shall we?
For the most part, yes.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Obviously, you know, when the melee get it second, you obviously want to just make sure you're staying between them, so you're not getting hit by their spread, but yes. Generally speaking, once you see that first one go off, just start rotating and you don't need to stop. In Cardinal. In Cardinal.
I wonder if you can keep up.
It'll be an in.
Such speed
In at
is
sea.
there's a pack of him.
I see.
The
Jesus.
challenger's down. Is this the end?
I whooped the crap out of him.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
If I can find something in the meantime as well that might help us. I'm betting he has it if I can find it.
I have to use Ifrit at the beginning of the fight because there is no good time for Ifrit.
Oh my god, he put a Gundam on it. I love it.
Huh?
Hang on. I'm saving a picture here. If I get it to load. Second. Snipping something that might help us long term. So. A special tool that'll help us later while people are BRB. into
Not
the
necessarily.
channel.
I mean, if it's in or out, you have to go to him or away from him.
Well, you know if it's an in or out before he dashes.
Oh, yeah,
so you
'cause the
you
cast.
can base it off of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. I found the timeline. He posted it a few days ago. So,
Oh hell yeah!
so now if you have any question on timing, there you go. Yeah, so yeah, the first phase is 6 minutes and 48 seconds. The second phase is 7 minutes. So, but it's 7 minutes and 18 seconds with a 45-second cutscene. So, like 6 minutes.
Oh, it starts off with a in the
It
timeline.
starts off with the 45-second cutscene. I know that stack sure hit like one. This man got more hands than Gaia. It feels like.
This guy's just fast.
Like 20 minutes.
It was 1945.
Yeah.
I mean, this is no different than Black Cat. Not Black Cat. Look at Thunder.
Oh, the P5 cutscene.
Oh, you're saying cuts.
Way too long. I think it was like a minute and 30 or something like that. A minute 20. Felt like an eternity. That's what it felt like.
Or next year, we'll have a minute-long cutscene with active time button pressing.
Oh, God.
Okay.
One person fails, we wipe.
Oh God.
You could do
I
the
know.
what is it? The Lost Ark thing where you have to hit like letter keys in a certain order, otherwise you fail in the middle of the
Yeah, you
fight.
have to
Let's begin,
hit
shall
your
we?
arrow key.
And then in the harder version of it, you have to do it where it's upside down and backwards.
No.
Like we're playing Undertale at that point.
Right.
We got master level Tetris. It's invisible now.
Okay. Inner guard.
There. I wonder if you can keep up.
Alright. Gonna be out. Go wherever he jumps first. Follow him to 3.
Speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
Jump for his line. Get in your spots. Interesting.
The challenger's down.
I think that was just an
Is
HP
this the
thing.
end?
I think I may have clipped you.
With
Well, I
Fenrir's
only-
might.
I would have to look at a
I
log,
rouse
but
the
I only
storm.
saw 112k tick down on me. We just need, I think, to make sure
13
we're-
million damage.
Okay, so we must have got clipped then.
Ash,
Well, I
Okay.
was
15 million damage.
Okay, so got it. Alright, all good. Just run it back.
Kind of.
You took so much.
You took
millions.
13 million.
All good.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
This guy is the picture perfect proof why left side gear matters, because good lord does he hurt.
Give me a second to equip all my left side.
Okay, put those back on right now. Out, cardinal. Out, cardinal.
There. I wonder if you can keep up.
In, so go opposite where he jumps.
Such speed, it's
See?
as if there's a pack of him.
See. Alright. Top up.
The challenger's down. Is this the
Ruby.
end?
And get to our spots. If you want to shield that, Jin,
With
I will
Fenrir's
throw
might,
an emergency
I
sucker there.
rouse the storm.
Throw a shield there. It's just he wasn't tied. Maybe throw something else in.
Yeah, we'll do that. And I will get in there. Try.
The wind answers
I
my
have an
call.
idea. This is going clockwise, FYI. case you.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Right. Towers on the Cardinals. Low points.
That
No,
goes to
I
the
will.
inform.
I have an idea for that. I will throw Seraphism at it. I'll throw Seraphism at the end of it. That should help. Okay, we can run it. We'll try that because that should last long enough to top the hit. So don't worry about shielding it. They do have a little like glow on them, I think, on their tip. Not right now. They're not. They're just chilling. Okay. Alright, let's do it.
Kind of.
But yeah, don't worry about shielding that gen. Actually, just throw a regular prog after the spread stack goes off, or after the light party stack goes off. I'll get it with Seraphism.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Because it should be up long enough to, it should be up long enough to get us through, what do you call it? To get us through everything else.
I can random
card.
Ruby for that.
There.
I don't think the tank lead actually hurts that much.
I wonder if you can
According to
keep
the
up.
thing, alright, should be an in.
Such speed,
And he's heading towards 3.
As I use that on myself.
Yeah, there we go. That was the answer. That was
Okay.
the answer. Yeah, we're fine. And it's up long enough for me to shield for this hit too, so
With
that's
Okay.
the
Fenrir's
correct answer.
might, I
We got it.
rouse a storm.
I won't worry about it then.
Yep, you're all good.
The wind
Right.
answers my call.
Knockback, we're going to be going counterclockwise. Start moving.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
Oh, you can get it twice.
Someone's
Leon
dead.
was dead. Leon got
Yeah, knockback to Cardinals.
booted off.
Cardinal Towers.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Yeah, so just keep in mind, especially for the range, like I said, range or the melee technically, because the space is so limited here, just keep in mind that, like say you're, Cat. If Jin's standing on 4 and you see it, your safest spot to start is going to be here. It's going to be basically shifting slightly away from 4, because in theory I should be at 1, Jin should be at 4, so, over by D is full of room for activities. The range, or, all the other people will have the same deal. So, like in the case of, because I'm guessing it marked the tanks first, so like Ruby and Leon can shift slightly towards B at the very start. One, it puts you a little bit further away from the rotation at the start, but it also should put you away from the tanks doing their thing. So, you can always shift and then just spread after the tank one goes off. But, okay. All good. Just keep running it.
Count it.
Just keep rolling. I mean, you can slide cast to it. It's not the end of the world.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat
I don't think
wolf
the black
in his
net
own
is
lair?
breaking
On what?
on the first auto. First 2 autos.
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It should always have cryo over all the other shields.
Yeah, it'll be the first thing to break.
Out. Out inner card. Out inner card.
There.
Yeah, he gave it the full legal name treatment.
I wonder if you can keep up.
It's gonna be in. In, come to
Speed, it's as if
It's
there's
come
a
to
pack of him.
your sides. Needs to hit with
Oh no!
Sir.
That was too much for the challenger.
That was just fucking disrespectful. Yeah, no, that's okay.
With Fenrir's might,
That's all
I
right.
rouse a storm.
It happens.
Okay. Alright, let's just do our
Yeah.
best. Try to get through it.
And just rapid
Stuff is
fire.
quick. So, yeah, pretty much. We'll just keep firing them off. If people have questions, though, don't be afraid to ask them. We'll go over them as we go.
Let's begin, shall we?
Until we get to the
Can the
next
challenger
mechanic.
defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Which we're not super far from. We just need the repetition to get there. In. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Go wherever he jumps. Alright.
Speed, it's as if
Head
there's a
towards
pack
A.
of them.
Maybe we had two more friends. Alright, we'll get Jen up. Yep. So I have MP in a second.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Jen, you want to grab him if you're able? Like, get to your clock spots. Get to your clock
The
spots.
wind answers my call.
Oh, I might be dead.
Very possibly.
Oh, perfect.
Alright, they're going counterclockwise. Yeah, the stacks.
The challenger's down!
It's alright. Practice
This is
the
the
knockback
end.
thing as best we can. Remember, if you have a thing, knock back opposite.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger.
12 seconds. Jin, let me spread low. Let me spread low at the start. Looking at the timeline.
That's fine.
Yeah. Because I'm realizing if I spread low after extra planner, we can pull, but I'll spread low this initial hit. Because if I don't spread low, if I spread low that, I can spread low tracking tremors. Looking at the timeline. So, I think that'll be
Let's
the best
begin,
use of it.
shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
And then you can just Zo shield this next hit. In Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Go wherever he jumps. D.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
Got Bell. Alright, get to your spots. Make sure we're full health
With
for this hit.
Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Knock back. Knock back, and they are going counterclockwise.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger. The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Yeah, I got it. Basically, when you stepped back, I wasn't able to get past you. I needed to just run. No, it's fine. I needed you to move faster. I didn't move fast enough. Yep, we're all good. Okay. Let's do it. Yeah, you're fine.
I killed cat.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Yeah, in that case, he's ahead of it. Out, Cardinal.
There!
Dante, you're right. It's not breaking.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Told you.
Out. Out. Go wherever he jumps first.
Such speed,
One.
it's as if there's
Or
a
sorry,
pack of him.
Go to A. Alright, grade wide.
No replies on this. Okay, we're
That's
fine.
alright. If you can grab him, please do. Thank you. Get to your spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
We're going counter. Move. Move until you cross the. Shove, find your spots. Cardinal knockbacks for towers.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
I'm guessing you just got knocked off. Or touched the death ball,
The challenger's down.
potentially.
Is this the end?
Yeah, you got to be pretty far in on that.
That was my first time knocking
Yeah.
out tether, so I ran straight to my tower.
Nah, that's okay. It's all good. We're getting there. Yeah, you gotta be inside, like, the center. That's all good. But yeah, that worked better because I'm able to
Let's
respawn
begin,
low
shall we?
there for that big hit, so that'll work a
Can the
little bit
challenger
better.
defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Out, inner card. Out, inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In.
Such speed, it's
In at
as if there's
sea.
a pack of him.
Raid wide. Scout, find the spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Knockbacks counterclockwise. Start moving. If you're mid, knockback opposite your things, or to inner cards if you're a tower. Inner card towers. Stack mid, all the mid. You missed the tower, it looks like.
Down. Is
Almost
this
had
the
it.
end?
Yep, just about. Oh, Jesus. 103k. Yes, you can. Go ahead. Yeah, people need to take a restroom break. Go for it. Go for it. We're right at about the halfway point, so.
These are color towers, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
they are color towers. Yep. So they're color towers, but not color tethers. Which
Right.
is, I think, the big
Tethers are
important
opposite.
distinction. Obviously, tethers are opposite. Towers are just the thing. And one thing I will point out for the cone cleaves, which is probably apparent, but worth noting for melee, obviously the cone cleaves are coming off the other ones. So you need to make sure you step behind the one that you're knocking to, and not to the side of it. Because if you step to the side of it, the cone might go wild, slightly. So you just got to make sure you're behind the one that you're knocking back to. Very similar to normal mode.
I'm guessing so. I'm guessing Jin has it.
This music is fucking terrible.
See, I appreciate it, but I appreciate it only because of only because it's thematic. Because it is literally just like all the lyrics relate directly to him.
He runs and howls at the moment. I get it.
And he has fangs and claws.
No, have you ever actually looked at the lyrics of this song?
Yeah, it's kind of
like it. Yeah,
cringe.
it's literally just singing about how he basically doesn't like his normal life, but he feels alive when he's fighting. I appreciate it. I think it's decently thematic.
He has to put his fursuit on to feel alive and normal.
You know, I'm sure there are some other people that feel that way, Ruby. So stop judging them. You know what? If that's what they need to do, that's what they need to do. At least he's got a high quality one. Like, you could tell he spent a lot of money on it. Like, he didn't go to Party City and buy a wolf costume. At least he's trying.
What are my ones anyways?
I will say the arena's cool. I like the Jetson land we're kind of hanging out in.
The one we're sitting on makes me think of that place in Dragon Ball.
Tommy's Lookout?
Yeah, that's it.
I have no idea
Even
what you're talking
colours.
about. But Jin probably does.
I don't know. This reminds me of the Sky, the Mega Man X. The Sky.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Sky Fortress.
I'm gonna post this in memes just because it makes me laugh. And also it calls out Bell really bad, so I need to do this. It's the toxic job chart. Sounds good. I think we're still missing 2 people, so. Let's try again.
Ice Fisher. Polar opposites of Dark Knight.
Why is? But because, have you ever met Fishers? They are the most chill people. You have to be to sit there and try to fight off, 8 million layers of RNG to catch one fish.
How are black mages chill?
I don't know. I don't know how half of this works, but I had to post it because it called Dark Knight a toxic bottom, so I had to throw it at Mel. That's the only reason I posted it.
What are you throwing at me?
The thing I threw in memes, they have the toxic job
yeah.
chart.
Damn it. It's never good for me.
At least it's not a Yan.
So I'm a toxic bottom, is that what you're saying?
According to the chart, yes. If it makes you feel any better, John was a toxic top, so I don't know if that's any better, but... Okay, whenever Cat's back, we'll be good to go. I appreciate Machinist is just dead center. Like, they don't know what to do with them. They're just vibing.
No, you're still a toxic bottom, just not as much.
Too funny.
Alright. Okay. Let's run it.
Yeah, no.
Let's get there. Let's try to get past that. Let's try to get past that phase and go see the towers.
Let's begin, shall we?
Let's get it cleaned up a little bit more each pole. We'll get there soon. Out. Card. Out cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In. In opposite of where he jumps.
Such speed,
And go
it's
to
as
two.
if there's a pack of him.
Right wide. Find your spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Bats. Counterclockwise.
What?
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
I don't know.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger!
I guess the snapshot is pretty early.
For the like line, yeah.
No, the arrows.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I think so. Oh, good.
Get it?
Yeah, if someone... he always throws 4 and 4.
Let's begin, shall we?
Someday I will remember.
Can the challenger defeat the
I know, I just wait
He's
to...
in there.
It's all good. It happens.
Like, how many adlos did I throw at Dancing Green that I spread before I remembered that that dude doesn't do anything? Out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It's gonna be an out. Go wherever he jumps.
Such speed,
3.
it's as if there's a pack of him.
Stacks.
What the hell just happened?
Oh no! That was too
What
much for
happened
the challenger.
was... Bell was a little too close to us. We got blasted. We got blasted by a tank buster. I don't know what happened on your side.
I mean, I saw something, but it wasn't with Bell.
Get it?
Yep, so just remember, if he jumps to like a cardinal or an inner cardinal, the tanks want to be out like a little bit over 90 degrees out
Let's
where he
begin,
is.
shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
If you want to save a stat of your thing there, Ash,
And
There!
and not use Indom, I'm using Lux there.
I wonder
Okay.
if you can
Sounds
keep
good.
up.
I appreciate that. Okay, this is an in. So run opposite of wherever he goes. Jumping.
Speed, it's as
Go
if
to
there's
B.
a pack of him.
Or, yeah, I was off, but that's fine. That was just dumb. That was on me. Nice job. Raid wide coming. So make sure we're talking for that. Find your spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
go to your spots.
The wind answers my call.
Knockback is going counterclockwise. Knockback counterclockwise.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
What the hell is killing me?
Are you
The
gonna get by
knockback.
the line?
Oh, yeah, I've been.
Are you not?
forgetting
I'm
about
just saying
that.
you're not popping your
The
knockback.
challenger rises again! Can they turn this around?
I guess I'm
It's
hitting
okay.
the knockback button in my mind.
It happens. All good. Yeah, I'll hold the end down there, Ruby. That's easy.
I think they're the same potency anyway.
Pretty dang close, yeah. Okay. Alright, we'll just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
Like I said, just working through it. But yeah, so, yeah, just remember, as soon as you see the ground thing, you're able to hit the knockback skill and it should cover. Just wait for
Let's
the arrows.
begin, shall we?
So it's interesting it keeps giving a counterclockwise
Can the
attack
challenger
first.
defeat the wolf in his own lair?
If I've learned anything about RNG in this game, it's not really random. It's very not random.
It can be 99%, but it's actually 50%.
Pretty much. Out, Cardinal.
There!
It's alright.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Out, go wherever he jumps. I just jump.
Speed,
Get towards
it's
B.
as if there's a pack of him.
Really, I need a lot of healing.
Yep, I'm working on that.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse the storm.
Working on it. Get to your spots.
The wind answers my call.
Knock back. It's going clockwise this time.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
It's okay. Knock back, towers on your cards.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
I just have
It's
to
all
say
good.
something.
Okay. Yes. What's up, Maisie? I think so, but I'm not 100% sure. You might have taken damage from the other one. I saw you running across, but I'm not sure. It hasn't happened before, and we were full health, so I think we were fine. All good. You can give her a run.
Why not?
I think you're gonna possession.
Let's begin,
Okay.
shall we?
That might have been it then.
Can the
Okay, so
challenger
if you
defeat the
know
wolf
offhand.
in his own lair?
This is raid wide. In. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In. Go opposite of wherever he's jumping.
Such speed, it's as if
And
there's
go
a
toward
pack
one.
of him.
A hard cast or hard resonance.
Oh no, that was too
Yeah,
much
just
for the
wipe it.
challenger.
Yeah, reset.
Am I still clipping you guys, or do we need extra stuff on me?
No, I died because I don't get counted Macy in stack. Yeah. That time I don't think I counted Macy in stack. Because I only took 170k. So. Alright. You just run it back.
Yeah.
It's weird not giving TBN on. I don't like it.
Let's just throw it
Let's
at a range.
begin, shall we?
Can the
It'll
challenge
break
defeat
if you
the
throw it.
wolf in
If you
his
throw it
own
like
lair?
right here, it'll break. Like right when raid wide starts. If you throw it at like a healer or like Ruby or the it should break. Out. Out inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Go wherever he jumps.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
That blue marker's off.
Yes. Yeah, the markers aren't going to be perfect. We're going to have to figure that piece out. Get to your spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
I'll jump into PF later. See if I can't get better markers.
Rumple, then go BRB
The
dog on
wind
fire.
answers my
Exactly,
call.
Ruby gets it. It's going counterclockwise. Knockbacks. Start moving. Make sure you get to AC. Knock back to inner cards. Cover towers, get mid. All the mids. All the mids. And a bunch of heals. Third. Why do you seem so weak? Your little baby arms.
Well,
Pretty
there's
glad that's why you
another.
kill us because I talk shit. Okay, that's a thank buster.
The share?
Yeah. If you, I think you have to admit it, but yes.
I can admit it.
I believe you do have to.
Fenrir's power can
Alright,
be
so this
wielded
one
in
we're gonna stand
surprising
between them.
ways.
And one of the inner cards will be safe. We just gotta wait to see what it is.
Where did that colossal thing come from?
Fly true.
Okay. Go to 4.
Oh no, that was too much.
Alright,
for
he's
the
gonna
challenger.
jump and then it's gonna be to his sides. Hello, sir. Stacks. That's okay. Hey, you know what? 57%. So one thing to note about that one, we'll just kind of cover stuff as we roll here. One thing to note about that tower mechanic. So his split is different than how he cuts them in normal, and I think it's worth mentioning. So in normal, he cuts them similar to the Yojimbo, like bamboo stalks, where he cuts them and they slide and fall. Those two, when he summons them, he will cut them straight down the middle and they will flop straight down the middle, left and right. So if, say, they spawned at A and C, if they were sitting at A and C, what you'll see is, like, if there's one right at C, you'll see a blue line going straight through the center of it like this, or it'll be going straight through the center of it like this. To dodge that mechanic, you basically want to look at one of the, like, you want to look at the way it's shifting, like find that blue line, and your safe spot will be lined up kind of similar-ish to that blue line. So if you saw, like, the blue line coming this way, for instance, say you saw a blue line coming this way from AC, you know that the safe spot's either going to be 2 or 4. So you want to look at 2 or 4, and then all you want to do is look in between the 2 that are spawned, and he's going to summon the little guns. One's going to be a plus, one's going to be an X. Go to whichever inner card that is that's lined up with the X.
Oh, I see. Okay. I wasn't.
Yeah,
I was looking for the
yeah,
X,
if
but
you-
in my replay, it's obvious. Okay.
Yeah, if you open up the like raid plan for that one too, it's there. Yeah, you basically have to get to the wall. They're not cutting. It's not 2 that are cutting the arena in half. There's not a diagonal in it. It's not. That's not how that works. It's not doing a 50-50 split. They're both being cut the exact same way. They're both being cut at an angle, but they're falling at an angle. So there's only 2 inner cards that are safe, but one's getting covered by the plus. So you have to get to the one that's not. So if they spawned at B or D, yes. So the safe spots will always be opposite of each other. So if they spawned at B or D, either 2-4 or 1-3 is going to be safe. And they will both look safe at the very start until the guns come down. And then when the guns come down, one will be an X. And so you basically just need to identify one safe spot. Like, you can pretty much solve the mechanic by looking at one tower and see which way it's falling. Because it'll either be falling, you know, it'll either be falling like northwest to southeast, or it'll be falling northeast to southwest. If you look at one of the towers and you basically find the safe spot that one dodges, whichever one's close to it, you find that safe spot and the other safe spot's opposite. So you just have to find that one safe spot on the wall and then look at the gun formation next to you. If the gun formation next to you is a plus, you need to run across the room, because it'll always be exactly opposite of it. Yep. Yeah, so you only have to look at one tower and just find the safe spot find the inner card safe spot on that half of the room. And once you've identified that, it's just a matter of looking at the gun formation to know if the half you're on is safe or if you need to go to the other one. So, but it'll just take some practice like anything else, so we will just get back there.
We're gonna.
But yeah, in case an image helps, I'll throw it in the M8S channel as well. So you can possibly
What helps me is the
Let's begin.
where the
shall
lines
we?
are.
Where the
spots,
Challenge to defeat the wolf in his own lair.
where they touch the wall, those are your first 2 safe spots. That's how I.
Okay, just kind of see what you're saying. And that's actually a really good thought.
And then you look for the.
Out inner card. Yeah, if you see where it's touching, you kind of have an idea of where.
Sorry, June, that was me. I was too busy talking.
That's
I
okay.
wonder
We can
if you
reset.
can keep up.
Oh, good.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Yeah. And I was able to snip the image to kind of show it as well. So it's on the channel. Let's look at it later. Out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It'll be an in. Watch out for clones.
Such speed and
Watch out for his dash. We're going towards 4.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Your
The
spots.
wind answers my call.
Going clockwise. Off back. Rotate now. Start rotating. Rotate clockwise.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Towers are on Cardinals.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger!
All good. So yeah, just remember, you always want to watch for the start of that mechanic. Before your circle ever goes off, you always want to be watching the AC line to make sure the second you see the AoE go off, you start going. And you'll still have your circle on you for a second before it'll resolve. But you want to just make sure you're moving from the go. Alright, we'll just keep rolling.
And
Possibly? Possibly.
yeah, you got snapshotted from the snake head or the dragon head.
Let's begin, shall we?
Yeah, it's a very fast move, I'm noticing.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
In your card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It'll be an in. Watch out for the clones.
Such speed.
In
it's
over
as
by
if there's
3.
a pack
Watch out
of
for
them.
squeeze. Raid wide. Find your spot.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
We're gonna be going counterclockwise. Start moving.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
One bleed we're gonna have to deal with.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
Fortunate.
A one tower explosion still did 100k to me.
Yeah, no, we weren't living that tower explosion. That's okay. That's all good. No, you're fine. That was on me. We'll just
Oh no.
You were further ahead than I
Let's
was
begin,
expecting, and I
shall
shouldn't
we?
have tried to get. I shouldn't have tried to get between the
Can the challenger defeat the wolf
That was
in his
just-
own lair?
Okay. Inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It'll be an in.
Such speed, it's as
In
if there's
over
a
by
pack
2.
of him.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Get to your spots.
The wind answers my call.
Back. Going clockwise. Start rotating now.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Yeah, because the line is
The challenger's down.
because the
This is
line
the
is
end.
obviously shifting, so you kind of have to visualize the first cleave that's covering. That whole line is shifting. So yeah, you can't be super far in. So however far out you are to start your rotation should be sticking that same distance. Yep, exactly. It's all good. It just takes practice. Alright, just keep rolling. Yeah, it should be basically the same concept. The only difference is you're fine. Don't worry about us. We're fine. We are fine.
Leon, am I boxing you in? Like, does range have to be closer to the center of the safe spot, or? Okay, yeah, because
Yeah.
I don't think I have any other spot
So
when
you
it's
guys
melee
can
second.
do. Yeah. So ideally, what should be able to happen is what should happen in a perfect world is, say he's the spread at the start. He should be able to move from 2 and say it was just going clockwise for ease. As soon as like his stack goes off, in theory, he should be able to book it and get in between the two of you, because you should be starting to stagger back slightly, and there should be room in between the two of you on the wall.
I know when we have it first and it's counterclockwise, as soon as my AoE goes off, the tanks are at least giving our side enough room. I can just like Ash said, I can book it to A and not worry about anything.
Yeah. Yeah, so for the range, remember, every spot in the room only gets hit once. So for the range, our job is super easy. As soon as A or C goes off, we don't even have to rotate. Like, so say it doesn't matter which way it's rotating, it doesn't matter anything it's doing. Ruby raises a very good point. And it technically works for the melee too, but a little bit less fancy, because you're going to lose your positional, because you're probably not getting them fucking anyway. The reality is, whatever group gets hit first, you're all close enough to A or C, so you could literally sit there and go, okay, you know, I'm sitting at 3, as soon as my stack goes off, just get to this side of C and just stack right here. As range, you could in theory just sit right here, because the other people should not be hitting you. In theory, you should be safe right here to just kind of stop. Yep. Like, because in theory, like, Leon, if you were to stop at A, what should happen in a very stupid scenario would be, we're going to be coming around, and what you would end up seeing is I would cross over your body with my circle. I would cross over you, and Jin would be coming up, and you would basically be between the two of us when it went off. So, just one little thing you can kind of keep an eye on. But, alright, we'll just keep doing it.
Gonna-
Oops. That's fine. I'm gonna have this for the frame light.
Let's begin.
It'll just take
shall
some
we?
practice, but Ruby raises a good point.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
It's because everything only gets hit once. Technically, AC are safe after the first hit goes off. In Cardinal.
There. I wonder if you can keep up.
Out.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him. Oh dear, the challenger.
Something weird happened there.
I thought it was the other one.
Gotcha. Well, I know Cat was with us. Yeah, Cat was with us on our stack. I saw a tank go flying off the cliff. A couple things happened there, so that's alright.
Got it.
It's all good. Like I said, we're getting there.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Yeah. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It's gonna be an in.
Such speed, it's as if
Towards
there's a
one.
pack of him.
Find your clock spots. Or your, I guess not your clock spot, but regular spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Get where you need to be.
The wind answers my call.
Knock back. We're going clockwise. Start moving. EPS towers.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
It's okay.
And you can't greed those tethers. You just got to do it.
Yep.
You actually can.
Can you?
Yeah, but it requires
If you're in
coordination
front
from
of
both
your,
sides.
if you're in front of your thing, you're gonna kill somebody.
I'm guessing you can
And
roll
that-
the GCD.
No, it's the person opposite you have to go either. You both go slightly clockwise diagonal of the head, so it angles slightly. But I'm talking about like minuscule. Well, that time people died because someone died.
Yes. No, that's what's on me. Yeah. No, that issue was. I went to see, and I bumped my thing and I hit the wall. So. I was there and Cap was also at sea, so we had a couple things going on, but we can pull.
Kind of. Also dashed in too early.
That would also do it.
Let's begin, shall we?
That was good though. We got the spread right. We did that stuff good. So let's just do that every time, and we'll be all good. Out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In.
Such speed,
And
it's as
over
if
by
there's a
sea.
pack of him.
That was interesting.
I didn't have my second dash for some reason,
With Fenrir's might,
I saw.
I rouse a
I was very
storm.
confused.
so I figured staying out was better than trying to dash in.
No, that was a good call. That was a good call. Okay. Get to your
The
spots.
wind answers my
It's
call.
going clockwise. Knock back. Start moving. Low rotations. Alright, get near mid. EPS. EPS towers. Back up. All mix.
Oh, I did my idle too early.
3. It's okay.
Forgot about the tip.
Raid wide after this. Perfect. Nice job, Tank Buster. Which I think you can probably just end roll. Quite frankly.
Oh, you're
I
right.
think the video said end vuln or
Must have heard.
kitchen sink.
But they're not out of the fight
Yeah.
yet.
I would imagine that works. Okay, so we
I
have
can
the
just
towers.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
So, on purposes it works. Alright, so watch for the angle.
Where did that colossal thing come from?
Damage.
Fly true!
2-4. Going to 4. Alright, he's gonna be jumping, and then we need to go where he goes. So jump to where he goes. Follow him. Stay. It's out. Out. Out with your buddies. Nice job. Good stuff. And we go to ad phase.
No, okay.
So, ad
I'm
phase.
going the wall.
So, go opposite your homies.
Not bad.
Go
Not
opposite
bad.
which one you get hooked to.
We've scarcely begun.
And then stay in between the color of, yeah, so go between the color of the head you're on. If you have that, Macy, go other side. Yep, perfect. Then we'll start rotating. It's okay. No, the dragons! Bunch of bullies. Okay, so we'll go over ad phase quick, just so everyone's kind of on the same page. If you open up the thing, if you want to look at it, this is the only one I don't have a Google Doc for, so you'd have to open up the tactical pack, and it slides 11 through 14. But,
Tactical pack?
yeah, so if you look at all the stuff, that's what it's called,
Oh, I see.
is tactical pack. The mechanic's called tactical pack. But I don't have a Google Doc for it. It's the one thing that's not in the base bin. But I kept the raid plan, because the raid plan goes over it.
Oh, there it is.
But, yeah, so you just have to click the raid plan and then look at that. But basically what's going to happen, for a super easy and quick way to understand it, the middle's not safe. Everyone's going to get tethered to a head. Well, you have that debuff, you're not able to hit the other head. And then you're basically going to get a debuff of various times, whether it be, 54, 36, 21. Everyone except for the tanks is going to get a debuff. And the way we resolve this mechanic is effectively you go opposite of your head. So you go opposite of whichever one tethers to you. And then you stand between the color of the head you're hitting. So say you get the green tether, you're going over to the yellow wolf. You're going to stand between the yellow wolf and the cube, because the cube is also yellow. You're going to stand between those two. If you were hooked to the yellow dude, if he tethers you, you're going to stand between the green wolf and the green circle. And basically, what's happening there is we're going to start hitting the head you're hitting, and one person that's not a tank is going to get marked. That person basically just baits that out. So you just basically stand with the party, effectively. You're going to bait that in, it's going to cone cleave, and then the tanks are also going to have a tank buster in front of the boss. So you're just going to point that away from us. As we circle, what's going to happen... you can just put it with the party for now. I know the video said stick it away, but you can just put it with the party, and we'll just stack it. But basically the shapes will start moving, so the tanks need to watch the shape, and you're going to start pulling the bosses in that same direction. So if the shapes are going clockwise, you're going to be pulling them clockwise. At the same time, the 21-second debuff people need to basically pop sprint and run through the head. So if you think of it like through, same concept as the dragon heads, except instead of them coming to you, you're going to them. You need to run through it before your debuff expires. It'll do a little bit of damage, and it'll cleanse the secondary debuff you got. Just keep in mind, you'll always be running through, you'll always basically be running through the same color, or the opposite color of where you're standing, if you were to think about it. So you're just going to basically run through your deal. So if you look at, say, slide 13, they're all hanging out there. And then as soon as that line AoE goes off, you can see the summoner, or the caster, basically takes off, runs through his green circle, and then he goes up. Are we doing
So
green
you said
first?
when we
It should be at the
play,
same time.
You said
Or well, it should be yellow into green. Sorry.
You said run through the head, but did you mean to run through the shape?
The shape, sorry. I said that,
Okay.
yes, but I meant the shape. Yes, no, you're right. So, yeah, in this order, basically 1 second after the line AoE, yellow goes through it, 4 seconds after green goes through it. So basically just wait out the Vuln and then run through it if you're green. So we'll go yellow into green. Yes. That's what this raid plan says, so we'll just stick with that for now. until I can figure out if PM is doing something else weird. But you'll do the same thing at the 36 and the 54, and then we have to kill the ads. And they have to die at basically the same time. One thing I will note about that mechanic as well, do not nuke your ad before all of the people have done it. If you kill a head, if you kill one of the heads before all the cleanses have happened, the square of the circle disappears. So you will kill everybody. That basically we can't cleanse the debuff if and we'll have to reinstance. But yeah, if they don't get cleansed, we blow up. Yes. So as soon as the line AoE goes off, the yellow debuffed 21 should be running through the head, and then the other person should basically just get close to their, close to their respective thing, and as soon as their magic volume falls off, they run through it.
And we're running through opposite color. So if I have Earth, I run through Wind.
You'll have a debuff. You run through, yes, yeah. You're basically just running
through. The
debuffs
are they the same debuff for everyone, or is there you get a win?
They're two different debuffs.
And we run through the opposite color.
You run through the color of your
same color.
You run through the color of your debuff, but if it tethers you to the yellow, say you're tethered to the yellow ad, you have a debuff from the yellow ad that only allows you to hit the green guy, but you'll also get a green timer that's ticking down.
Okay.
So you run through the same color as the ad you're on, or basically the same ad you're on. You're gonna run through that color. So you'll always just be behind the ad.
But the opposite. Yep. Okay, so the opposite of the counting down debuff.
No, it should be the same as the counting down debuff. It's the same as the counting down debuff. You get two debuffs, Ruby.
Yeah.
You get two debuffs.
I'm looking at my POV. I have a yellow or orange one, which without a timer, and I have a green timer one.
Yes. So you run through the green. Because if you have the yellow debuff, it means you were hooked to the yellow wolf at the start, which means you should be hitting the green wolf because you can't touch the yellow wolf. If you want to think of it as a different mechanic, that debuff, that yellow-green debuff that has no timer, it's Firewall from Omega.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, you can't hit the same thing you're hitting. So you're going to run through the same color. The same color as your one counting down.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All good. Yeah, we just got to get there and get through it. After ad phase, there's just 2 more mechanics, and then P2 starts. That needs to be dead and P2 starts. So we're about halfway through this phase, give or take. About halfway through this phase, about a quarter of the way through the fight. And yes, yellow first. It's all good. We're learning. We're getting there. We're doing good. Just gotta keep it up. Also a reminder to check your gear.
And
We are getting there. Slowly but surely. Just takes reps and practice.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In. Opposite where he jumps.
Such speed, it's as if
Heading
there's
towards
a
3.
track of him.
Very wide. Find your spots.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Wrong clockwise. Start your rotations. DPS. DPS are covering towers though.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Spam heals. Then top this and I will get him up. Uh-oh, that's okay. Okay. If you're able to grab him, Jin, please do.
Grab Dante with you.
But they're
Oh,
not out
okay,
of the
sounds
fight
good.
yet.
I'll grab Ruby. It'll be slow, but I'll grab it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Just make sure we're healed for this hit.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Alright, watch the things, pop your sprints.
My truth!
Alright, we're gonna be going to 3 or 1. Go into 1.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Alright. I mean, it's gonna be a far out, but bad things are coming.
The challenger rises again!
Yeah, if you have to cross, you basically have to pop sprint and just run as fast as you can. Yeah, it's quick.
And
Yep.
I think I threw a little too much at the stacks. I didn't have anything for afterwards.
Let's begin,
That's all right.
shall we?
We're figuring it out.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Plus side, we have a whole lot of things to work with, so. As opposed to like White Mage, where we'd have Lilybell, which would do some heavy lifting, mind you, but that's all we would have. Oh. Or no.
There!
Yeah.
I wonder if you can keep up.
And, oh, I thought you had swept up. That's alright.
I did.
Jump to A. It's okay. Go to A. We can get this, I think. I believe. Nope. You guys got. Oh, tanks got hit by the
Challenger's
got
down!
it. All good.
Is this the end?
Reset. Not a big deal.
I went to the wrong side.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You guys were stacked on top of each other, so. It's all good. We're getting there.
And then
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Oh, Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Obi and Ann. Opposite where he jumps. Going towards 2.
As if there's a pack of him.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse the storm. The wind answers my call.
Or sorry, don't use twice. Clockwise, knockbacks. Start trucking.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
DPS on the towers. But bad things are coming.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Bell, did I clip you or was that something else?
That was the middle that got me. Your thing went off and I lost track of where the line was. It was not you.
And
All good. I'm figuring it out.
Is that the new melee strat?
Let's
Go
begin,
as slow
shall we?
GCD as possible so you can.
Just
The challenge to
read
defeat the
things.
wolf in his own lair.
You know, it kind of works. Or just go so fast that you're always GC. Out. Inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
It's gonna be far. So, out. Don't know where he's jumping.
It's as if there's a pack of him.
Nice job. Very wide. Good spot.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse the storm. The wind
Get to your spots.
answers
We're going
my call.
clockwise. Knockbacks now. Start moving.
The challenger's down! Is this the end? Oh no! That was too much for the challenger!
So one thing you could do, Jin, if you're finding you're getting caught, like start shifting right away. But as soon as you see your circle AoE go off, if you haven't done it, pop sprint and just pop sprint and run as fast as you can and come stack with me at A. You should be able to make it because obviously nothing else will be happening. If it in the case of it clockwise, obviously if it's counterclockwise, you have an easy job. Just shift as soon as your thing goes off. Stand here, and I'll do the same thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. All good. I just noticed it seems like
No, my
you're
toe hit
catching
the
it,
wall.
So, oh, that would do it. All right, we can pull.
no.
It's all good.
Let's begin, shall we?
Is it gonna do more than machinist still,
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his
Yes,
own
of course.
lair?
or are they gonna make machinist a limited job?
It's the new Beastmaster.
Beasts are actually machinists. Out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Go wherever he jumps. Follow his jump.
Such
Free.
speed, it's as if there's a pack of him. The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Yeah.
How much did Ash and
No, we died by
Yeah.
millions. We died by
So,
millions.
is
We
that
got hit by
because
Bell's.
of
We got hit by Bell's Cleave.
and it's not because Macy's got closing or something
No,
like that?
what
No.
happened there was we were standing right here. So if you were to picture him at 1, right? We were standing right here, and Bell was right here.
Oh,
Yes, I don't trust the C marker because standing over here gets me hit, but standing here gets you hit.
It's funny because
Standing here is close.
The C marker seems
only
fine.
Leon got hit by bells. Macy died to an arrow 3 and then Winds of Decay.
Interesting.
No, Ash died
Let's-
to the tank buster.
What's interesting is these are perfectly lined up. A and C are both on the 6.1 axis. They're literally both on the 6.1. The D is literally on the 5.8 and 6.1 going Y. So A, B, C, and D are lined up.
Maybe it's the 3.
One in... I was going to say, 1 and 3 are slightly off. Well, 3's on 6.2, 6.2, that's on 5.9, it's on 5.9, 6.2. They all seem fine. At least based on, like, hard positioning in the room, they should all be fine now. Because they did get moved slightly. But you can just keep rolling.
Kinda.
I think Tank Busters is range or distance based.
Let's begin, shall we?
Sounds right.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
The bigger issue is just because it's an out. And that's really the bigger issue. It's just because it's a cone, it obviously is wider the further we get from the boss. Inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. By 3.
It is if there's a pack of him.
Raid wide.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Figure out where you're going.
The wind answers my call.
So clockwise. Start moving. Start moving. There we go. Perfect. Alright. DPS towers on the inner cards. DPS towers on the inner cards.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger!
Then heals through this.
They're back on their feet! Let's see if they can stay standing!
Raid wide. Perfect. Tank Buster.
Must have heard, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Fly true!
It's gonna be 2-4. Going to 2. Going to 2. It's gonna be an in. Watch out for his jump to you. In over at over by 4. Excuse me. Nice job. Add phase next. Middle.
Not bad.
Find grab.
Not
Get to the
bad.
opposite side of what
We've
tethers to you.
scarcely begun.
Stand in between that and the symbol you get. So, between that and the symbol you have. Remember, yellow will be first. Tanks don't want to be with us.
Oh,
Yep. Yeah. Oh no, he's gonna touch the cube! He's coming for it! Yeah, tanks get a tank buster in between every, tanks will get a
We're
tank buster in
rotating
between.
counterclockwise, right? Or are we ready?
You're watching the orbs. You're
No,
rotating
the
opposite
orbs.
or you're going with the orbs.
going with the orbs. Okay.
Yeah, sure, go for it. What's your experiment?
And Tank Busters are always going north during that phase, right?
no. It's orb based.
No.
The tank
So-
busters are they're staying on the opposite side of the orb, basically.
Okay.
I thought they were static orb color, which is why I went north.
Yes. Yeah. So the orbs will flip which is what the party's looking for. So if you were picturing like the room, if this was like your death circle in the middle of the room, purple is going to become our new stand-in for yellow, I guess, because I don't have two yellows. But so if those were, say, your, you know, if this is how this looked, you would have your square and your circle basically spawning at, say, one's going to spawn at C, one's going to spawn at D. And if, say, this was yellow, if this was, say, your yellow square, and this was your yellow wolf head, the party's going to be here. The tank is always standing towards the color that's opposite of the wolf they have. So the tanks would be, like, say, in this case, here, because this is the opposite color. You should be heading through. So the party will always be standing in between the wolf head, the color wolf head that they can hit, so whichever one is opposite of what you were tethered to, and your and the same matching symbol. So if you're hitting the green wolf, you are standing between the green wolf and the green circle, and that's what you're heading through. Is you're going to be heading through that thing.
I don't think that made sense.
Unless I said that backwards. Did I say that backwards?
I think so.
I might have said that backwards. Let me double check. Make sure I'm not losing my damn mind here. I was gonna say I thought that was right, but
like, so if I'm hitting the green head,
you need to go through the green orb.
No, if I'm hitting the green head, I have the orange timer, don't I?
Let me double check something. I just want to see one thing quick, and I can answer this very easily. So, you have all these people that have their debuffs. Your debuff is either going to be green or that. You need to pass through the orb of that color. But you're going to be attacking the same... Okay, so you're going to be attacking the same wolf that's the same color as your debuff. So if you're hooked to the green... If you're hooked to the green wolf, you will be hitting the brown wolf, and you'll be going through the brown square. If you are hitting the green guy, you're going to be going through the green orb. Whatever wolf you are hitting will match the color of your counting down debuff. Yes. Does that make sense? So that's why the party's always starting between the wolf color you're hitting and the orb that matches it. Because it puts you close to the orb you're going to need to run through. Yes. Your countdown orb is the color you need to run into. Correct. It will also correspond to the wolf color that you are able to hit.
And so the tank will be the opposite side
of that. So the tank will basically be between the two colors. So the tanks will always be between the two colors. So if one tank has, say, the green wolf that they're the one they're able to hit, they're going to be standing between the green wolf and the purple, or Jesus, purple, the brown square. So the tanks will always be positioned between the two different colors. The party is always between the same color. If that makes sense. Because the tanks don't get a debuff. The tanks don't have a countdown debuff, so they're just there to hold the boss, basically. There'll be 3 of each other thing, so that's kind of the gist. The tanks are there just to take tank busters and keep the bosses moving around the room. Okay. If that makes sense, we will just try to get back there again.
You want to test the theory? Bell?
Sure.
What theory?
Take off
Turn
tank
off tank
stance.
stance.
Okay.
That's sprint.
Let's begin, shall we?
Right.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Rayway.
I don't think Bell turned off tank stats.
He did. Do me a favor, shirk Dante.
Nope.
Yeah, he ain't gonna. Out. Out, inner card.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Gonna be an in. I mean, there's another way to test this. Can it be?
As if there's a pack of him.
The answer is yes. It is distance based.
Huzzah.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
I went and stood in the middle of the boss, and I definitely just blasted our entire side with the tank buster. And Bell didn't take.
Bell
Is it Dante or
was,
Bell didn't take damage, so.
I didn't take it. No.
I didn't.
Yeah.
think
Bell
it.
was very far away.
Wait.
The
Actually, I'm not
wind
sure.
answers my call.
One of you didn't take it. So yeah, it's distance based.
You want to test it again?
Preferably not, because I don't want to die again.
I don't know. Macy doesn't seem like she believes.
Well, okay, actually,
No, I took
according
it.
to the timeline, it says tank buster's on the highest 2 threat. So, according to our little time thing I just found. So, let's just go with highest threat. Make sure you're 1 and 2. I don't know. I took a frickin' tank buster, and it hit the rest of the
No.
party. It's fine. We can
With
just we
Macy,
can go.
Macy's with you, right? So I'm pretty sure Macy took it
Yeah.
at that point, because she
Okay.
was 2.
Yeah.
Right.
Nope, that makes sense. Okay, we're all good. It's good to say we technically didn't even need to science that
Yeah, Macy.
because it literally
up
was
2.
in the. I know. No, I'm saying it was in the
Let's begin,
timeline.
shall
I
we?
realized when I read it that it said
Oh.
it was based on highest 2
Can
entities.
the challenger defeat the wolf in his
As I
own
was saying,
lair?
technically, I guess we didn't even need to test it if one of us just read the timeline. It's all good. I like a good bit of science. Okay, out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Out.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack
Out.
of
He's
him.
overcome by 4.
No, I
Yeah, that entire 3 marker gets covered.
It's not always going to be the correct answer. He doesn't jump to a static
With
cardinal or inner
Fenrir's
cardinal.
might,
It's
I
random.
rouse a storm.
So that might be part of the problem. Like I said, the markers might be wrong.
wind
I
answers my call.
eyeballed them. I will see what we can do. This is going counterclockwise. Start moving.
Oh, counter. God.
The challenger's down. Is this the end?
I got him. I'm gonna raise it, see.
The challenger rises again. Can they turn this around?
I was gonna say that was probably not a great time to throw a raise, unfortunately. That's alright. Yeah, I think it's just one of those you kind of gotta eyeball it
Yeah.
deals. Because, like, there's not just gonna be a set, right?
All right, got it.
Okay.
I kind of don't like getting the whole getting blown off marker thing because I'm like trying to find his body to see.
Let's begin, shall we?
To see if it was
Where
out of,
he
like, how
was, and he's
close
just
it
not there.
was. Right.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
At least this isn't Titan.
He comes back.
No, old school Titan. If you fell off the platform, you were out of the fight.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He comes back. He comes back onto the platform in inner card versus he was just in the oblivion forever. Interesting.
That was me. I was
I
dumb.
wonder if you
okay.
can
Got
keep
it,
up.
got it. Alright, out.
Such
Out by 3.
As if there's a pack of him.
Okay. Alright, I got her.
With
Oh,
Fenrir's
okay.
might,
Makes sense.
I rouse
Just don't
the
hit anything when you
storm.
get up. Give it a second. Alright, now you can go to your spots.
The
Oh, good.
wind answers my call.
Knock back. Knock back going clockwise. Okay. DPS towers on inner cards. Back up. Okay. Grade wide. If people are finding they need sprint, I could probably bump expedient back too, for this next mechanic. If people are finding it's helpful.
They must have heard, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Sprint now.
Fly true!
2, 4. 4. Nice job. It's gonna be an in. Right, you're heading towards C.
Best RNG.
Job. That was best RNG, you ain't wrong. Alright, spread and shield. Get ready to find your ads.
Not bad. Not bad. We've scarcely begun.
Find the one you're tethered to. Remember, you're standing between the one you're hitting and that same color. So 1 and 3 for the party. 1 and 3 for the party. Tanks on the other side. Yellow go now. Hit your head. Green. Okay, hang on. Having a thought. Yeah, we'll keep doing that for now, but I may change what we're doing here for next time. But, because keep in mind, when you touch the head, I want to make 1 point. When you touch your head, it flips your color. So, just something to keep in mind. We can keep going, but
When you say hey, you mean shape?
when you
Okay.
hit the shape, it will flip your color. So you need to swap the ad you're hitting once that happens. Yes. So
Let's
run through it
begin,
and get to
shall
the
we?
other one and then get to the other side. Exactly.
Can the
You're
challenger
getting
defeat
it.
the wolf in his own lair?
You're getting what I'm saying. But I realized it late and was slow and got nuked by the tank tester. That's why I was saying. Okay, out. Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
In. In over by 3-ish.
Pack of him.
With
Spots.
Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Knockback. Going clockwise. Start moving. Alright. DPS towers on Cardinals. DPS Cardinals. Attack mid. Like 7 hits. Raid wide. Tank Buster. Twos.
Must have heard, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Raid wide. Any raid wide.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Fly true!
Sprint. You're gonna be using 2-4. 2. Out.
Oh dear, the challenger's fallen out of the ring. Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Try to get Ruby up.
Not bad. Not bad. But we've scarcely begun.
Oh, this is bad.
Yes, it is. Harlem's a cheater. Yeah, it was unfortunate I wasn't able to get you up.
This fight seems very difficult to recover from.
I'm guessing so, yeah. I think it's mostly just, especially until we have more gear. Like, until everyone's like fully geared, then you might be able to get away with a little bit more, but... Alright, let's keep going.
Got it.
We're getting there. On a positive, all of our stuff up to ad phase is looking good, so we are making improvements.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
This guy definitely is a little more difficult than Abominator. He's a little bit meaner.
What is it, easier than a yam?
I think so. In Cardinal.
There!
Shians are mean.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Out, head where he jumps. Jump to 4.
It's as if there's a pack of him.
Damn it.
Oh dear, the challenger's fallen out of the ring.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm.
Get to your spots.
The wind answers
You're
my
going
call.
clockwise. Knockbacks. Start moving. Nice job. DPS towers on Cardinal. DPS towers on Cardinal. Behind the way. Back up. Okay. Towers next. I have to Tank Buster.
Must have heard, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Right.
Where did that
Remember your
come
sprint
from?
when this Titanic goes off. Sprint
Fly
now.
true!
It's gonna be 2-4. 4. Next job is going to be an in. Follow him across. Follow him over by C. Nice job. He's going to jump to A. We're going to deal with the next thing.
I don't under
Not
15.
bad. Not
Nice.
bad. But we've scarcely
Yep.
begun.
Alright, go hit the one you need to be hitting. Alright, party needs to be at 3 and 1. Tanks at the other spot. I'll look at one. I'm gonna check one thing beforehand, because I think there's another way we can do this. That might make more sense. But I'll look at it before next raid. You put the marker away. Yeah, that's yes, that's what I was saying I wanted to look into. But for the interest of just doing this, we have 10 minutes. I would say let's just get there and then we can revise before next raid tomorrow. But that's what I was thinking. Okay, keep going. Yeah, I know it's not a stack. I know. I'm aware. I'm aware.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
I mostly want to see if I can just find a raid plan or something that shows it, so it's easier to do that. So I just have to go find it. So we have the visual. In Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
Okay, out.
Such speed,
Out,
it's as
head
if there's
towards
a
him.
pack of him.
Nice job. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. If anything, it's
With
just less
Fenrir's
than yours.
might, I rouse the storm. The wind answers my call.
Knock back. Spin clockwise. Start moving.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Take that as fast as you're able. Alright, DPS are towers, except for one person who's not.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
Yeah. That's a really hard recovery. That's a real hard recovery.
Kinda.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that would be real tough, but that's a good
Let's
point.
begin, shall we?
It's probably
Can the challenger defeat
doable.
the wolf in his own lair?
The safest solution would probably be to have something we've done before. Have Bell jump into whatever. If he has a tether, have Bell jump into the tower and toss living at it. In Cardinal.
There!
Maybe solution is for me just not to die.
I mean, well, yes.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Alright. This is out
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack of him.
towards him. We got Cap.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse the storm. The wind answers my call.
Counter, knockback. Start moving.
The challenger's down! Is this the end?
Yeah, there was nothing we could do on this one. Unfortunately.
Oh no! That was too much for the challenger!
That tick is really rude.
No, that.
This off
Because at some
Let's
point,
begin, shall we?
people.
Listen, at some point it'll be livable.
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
Because Square hates healers. That's the answer. They hate healers.
okay, out.
There!
Inner card.
I wonder if you can keep up.
In.
Such speed, it's as if there's a pack
Hey.
of them.
With Fenrir's might, I rouse a storm. The wind answers my call.
Clockwise, knockbacks. Start moving. Okay, support towers. We got towers and twos.
That must have hurt. But they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can be wielded in surprising ways.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Fly true!
2-4. Spring. 2.
The challenger's down! Is this the end? The challenger rises again! Can they turn this around?
It ain't gonna matter, but
It's like I can keep myself alive for half a second.
No.
It's all good. We're getting there.
Let's begin, shall we?
Can the challenger defeat the wolf in his own lair?
In Cardinal.
There! I wonder if you can keep up.
out.
Such speed, it's as
Out
if there's
over
a
by
pack of
like
him.
1D. guessing.
Oh no, that was too much for the challenger.
Group
I think we're
one
too
was
close.
too close.
Yeah,
I think they were
that's
too
what-
close to us.
With Fenrir's might,
No, it was a
I
tank
rouse
buster that
the
killed you.
storm.
What's up?
Tank buster killed you. Killed party 2.
Yeah.
The wind answers my call.
I was gonna say, because if you guys were too close to me, I would have died.
Oh, I guess you mean party 1 shifted party 2 into the tank buster.
Yeah, because he was essentially at A. Group 1 was here. Group 2 was here, and then Bell was at B, more or less.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just a positioning thing. Okay.
Got it.
Last pull, if I can clear it.
Yeah, here it is, last pull. I like it.
Let's
Does this guy
begin,
die at
shall
0?
we?
Yes.
Can the
So he
challenger
has
defeat
2
the
independent health
leader
bars that
now?
both need to hit 0. That's why
Take
the
damage to bring Nad or something?
no. No.
Oh.
Does not take damage. to hits. Out.
I wonder if you can keep up.
Out. Out over by 1B. Bench spots. Yeah, that's why the goal is to have him
With
as far
Fenrir's
under
might,
50
I rouse the storm.
going into ad phase if possible.
The wind answers my
Now
call.
fast. Clockwise. Start moving. Support towers on the inner guards. Back mid. Raid wide.
You should get TPN to something other than a tank during that.
Buster. One of your squishy friends.
Yeah, because I don't need it.
Hurt, but they're not out of the fight yet.
Fenrir's power can
Towers.
be wielded in surprising ways.
Remember on that tactical you can pop spring.
Oh, where did that colossal thing come from?
Fly true.
1-3. 3.
Oh no, that
And-
was too much for the challenger.
In over by A.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
Try
Who do
to
you
grab
got?
Cat try to grab Cat if you can.
It'll be a slow res, but I got him.
It's okay.
Not bad. Not bad. We've scarcely begun.
Get away from your guys. Pop in who we have. Just to see if that would work. That's okay. Like I said, I will find a toolbox for a better way to do that next time.
Somebody was on my side. There's a tank buster going off at that same time, so you can't be there.
We ran towards the orbs. You were on the wrong side.
Yeah, like I said, I think I just need to find a thing. But that sounds good. Hey, you know what? It was just our first day in here. We got first phase under 50%, so not too bad. And we did clean up our first, like, half of the... Because ad phase is effectively the halfway point of phase 1. So, because it runs based on the timeline, ad phase runs basically until about the 4.5 minute mark, give or take. So, yeah. Let's see. 10 cluster damage in the cone. According to this, yeah, I know, Macy. I know. I need to rewatch it, but yeah, I know. I'm just saying, according to the timeline thing, I need to look at it because according to this, okay, bye. According to this, it's shared damage on that AOE. At least the timeline says it's shared damage, so I need to go and look and see. Because if it's shared damage, we would want it shared. But I'll have to look. I should be able to actually. If some type of log gets uploaded, I should be able to see that. Jen, do you have a log by any chance? Or
Oh
does
yeah.
someone have a log that they could send my way or just upload as public?
Yeah, I can try uploading it.
Okay,
Might
awesome. Thank you.
well if the app updates.
Yeah, because I just want to see if. Let me see if Nard has anything. Let me see. On a positive, this fight is kind of fun. Let's see. Heroes got opposite or Sylvia corresponding shapes. It's like a nearby player. Yeah, this is saying that cleave is a stack. I think it's interesting the Paceman does not have. Yeah, because they do the same thing. They're still figuring out a strat, but they're popping stone first, which is what we're doing. Is there really a Dynamis PF right now that says ffxivsales.com, get the loot you want without the stress of PF? Ultimate Savages, EXs, VNC, and more, and then they have a Discord.
I mean, I hear PF is really toxic this patch.
PF is a bit rough this patch, partially because I think Six did a lot of damage to PF. Because, like, we saw it, ad phase isn't the simplest of phases, right? I mean, it's not a super difficult phase, but
Yeah, it wasn't that hard.
it certainly still requires a fair bit of coordination, which has always been the thing PF has struggled with. Because, like, when we have 8 of us that all know what we're doing, and I know what you're doing every time, and Bell knows where you're going to be, and everyone can kind of coordinate it, Six is a fight designed for a static. And the problem with PF is they make too many strategies, and those strategies all overlap. And so when suddenly their strategies all overlap but are doing slightly different things, and people aren't doing, as much damage as they could, they maybe don't have as much gear as they should, you end up in this weird scenario where ad phase gets rough. And then you add in Tombstone now existing with everybody going, cool, I'm going to be able to Tombstone check you. And suddenly you have all these people, myself included, that did it, that are joining Bridge Prog, joining Lava Prog week 1, week 2, and your ass had never seen past ad phase. So suddenly you're joining basically what is an enrage party, and you haven't seen past ads. And it only takes a couple people coming in that maybe aren't doing good enough damage on DPS, or they're a healer that doesn't want to throw a GCD heal, so the tanks are dying. And it only takes, a handful of parties like that before you suddenly just get really annoyed and get really mad.
What kind of healer wouldn't want to throw a GCD heal?
Most of them. The answer is most of them. But so that's why PF got toxic, is they started getting really mad. Because, if you're trying to prog the fight, you need to, you can't prog it.
Right.
And so they started, that's why Tombstone changed up, and they're adding now furthest mechanic as well.
Yeah, prog layers are a bane of PF.
What's funny is I'm a habitual prog skipper. So...
Right. I mean, if
I
you're
do that all the
confident,
time.
it's okay, but most people don't have the skill.
That's the thing, is I prog skip, but I also don't go in and grief a party.
Right.
Like,
I mean, I would probably prog skip too, but I don't PF, so I wouldn't know.
When I PF anything, even extremes, I prog skip. But that's just because... I study a ton, and I know what's going on in the fight, and I've studied the raid plan to know what's coming. So, I might mess up something I haven't seen, but it's going to have to be something I haven't seen. And I think that's the problem with some of PF, is they join, and then they go, cool, we don't know what we're doing, and then